book lovers! Today I'm doing First Line Friday, which is where I read the first line or paragraph of whatever book I'm currently reading. So let's go! Today we're reading Crash and Burn by Michael Hassan. And I just want to show you, look how pretty it looks in there. Alright, now this book has a prologue, so that's what we're going to be reading from. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not exactly the hero that everyone says I am. Sure, you may have read about me in People or in some other magazine that had my picture on the cover. Me and Medusa staring out at the ocean like we're deep in thought. Me standing, Medusa sitting good dog style, both of us poised on a jetty by the ocean, waves pounding. What no one can tell is that my sister Jamie was off camera holding a box of dog treats, or that I'm being totally soaked. I'm all Hollywood now. Now, that little beginning really does not give you any idea of what this book is about, so I'm going to share a little bit. I just found this in Barnes & Noble in the new release aisle, and I hadn't really heard about it. I heard about it coming out, so I'm pretty excited that I happened to come across it. This is about two boys who have been linked in different ways since first grade. They're not necessarily friends, but their lives have kept coming together. And this is told after the fact by one of the boys, after the other boy tried to take over his high school with assault weapons. And the boy narrating the story ended up stopping him, and so he's become a hero. And the whole premise of this book is that this is a book that he was contracted to write about his story. So it's like posing as a true story, but really it's fictionalized. But I do think that adds to the story. Like, the author could have just told this story, told this boy's story as he's growing up and leading up to what happened, but instead, we know right from the prologue what's going to happen, and this boy's here to try to tell you, look, there's more to the story than you see, and this is, what was really going on, and it just adds to the story, I think, by doing it that way. Now, this is a 500-page book, and I'm only 100 pages in. Normally, I like big books, but it's kind of difficult to read a book like this when I'm in school because I have to read about 10 books a month for school, and if I'm reading all 500-page books, that's just, on top of all the other work I have to do, that's a lot. But I was so excited when I picked up this book, I had to start reading it right away. So, 100 pages in, and I'm really, really, really loving it. So, if you're interested in that kind of thing, I personally am really interested in school shooting stories and school violence. Not, like, that might sound kind of, like, awful. I don't mean it in, like, a sick interest, but because I'm a writer, I do feel like I would love to write something like this, something that can, like, teach people and show people how bullying affects someone, how things can get out of control, and how something like this can happen. Like, I'm interested in figuring out how something horrible like that can happen. What makes a teenager get pushed so far that they feel like they have to do something like this. I'm really interested in that. So I've read a lot about Columbine and just different things like that. So I've read like fictionalized stories and true stories. But hopefully this does not disappoint me. So far it's great, but I am only a fifth of the way through, and we have to see where the author's going with it. So I will let you know. I think I will probably really do a review of this one, like a proper review when I'm done. So that's it for today, guys. Let me know if this sounds really interesting to you and you want to check it out too or whatever, or if you've read it. It just came out, I believe, so I don't know how many people have read it yet, but let me know. Okay, bye! Now go read.